Yippee-yay, there'll be...
Hi guys, and welcome to Fallout New Vegas Mod Clinic, Part 19. Now, I'm going to be covering a mod called Afterschool Special in this video, and it is a player home mod, but it is a little bit more than that as well. I will tell you about that a little later, but for now I want to show you around the house. Now the house itself is inside the school in Goodsprings. You know, the place where you go, do a little bit of adventuring in the early stages of the game? Well, that has been turned into a player home. Inside the house it is, well, it's pretty spacious and it's fairly well equipped, and it's pretty basic really. I mean, it's one giant room. It has a bed, a dining area with kitchen, table, chairs, a small bathroom off to the side, and even a couple of cots for your followers. It has a whole lot of storage space, from cabinets, safes, first aid kits, all the way down to toolkits. The place is big enough to actually leave quite a few of your followers behind, and it's pretty clean and well decorated. It has the usual amenities, the sort of things you would expect from a house that make it a useful player home. For example, a healing station, a laboratory, a workbench, and of course a reloading bench. It also has a stove, a functional oven on which you can craft food. And the light switches even work, although I have no idea why we would want to turn them off. And there is also a cool little feature that allows you, if you get close to the desk here, toggle graffiti on and off the boards. So you want the graffiti on or off. And just in case that was not enough, there is also a handy inventory sorting system. So I can sort all the chemicals from my inventory and place them around the house in the appropriate container. The same for pretty much everything else. I will sort everything except the clothes on my back. And they have now been placed in the relevant containers. So weapons will be found here, chemicals found here, and so on. There is also a similar system for workbench parts and reloading parts over here near the workbench and ammo bench. I sort reloading and workbench parts, and I can also sort my ammo so that, for example, all of my ammo is now in that cupboard. Now, unfortunately, I did find out that you can't craft things using the items that are in the toolboxes. However, it's pretty easy to just go to the parts sorter. For example, get ammo parts, do your reloading, create the ammo you need, and then sort those ammo parts back into the containers. It doesn't take very long at all. And there are some items that do not get sorted, so you'll have to do those by hand, and that includes things like weapon repair kits. So you are going to still have to do a little bit of manual work to sort your inventory out and get it into the correct containers. But this system does help the process. It does help speed it up and get the bulk of it done for you. And as an added little bonus, there is also a garden that has several harvestable plants in it, so you can get those little components you need for your survival skills, for creating food, and so on. But I did mention that there was more to this mod than just a house, and it is actually what made me fall in love with the house. And it's the fact that there is a quest that goes along with this house. You don't just get the house for free. You don't roll up, pick up the keys, and get a free house. You don't even go along and spend 5,000 caps and get this house. You have to earn this house. The mod actually adds a couple of NPCs to the game, and these NPCs are going to be very important. There is Paul Edgecombe and Dean Stanton, a ghoul who specialises at repair, and they have this repair station here in Goodsprings. And what happens is you find a little note inside the school that suggests there used to be someone living there and perhaps trying to fix it up, but he has gone missing. And so you go off and you talk to this gentleman, and he basically enlists your help to try and fix the school up. And if you agree, you get sent off on a little quest. And the quest takes about 2 hours to complete. And it is really well done, surprisingly well done. The voice acting for the NPCs...
I think old Dean's cheese might be slid off his cracker. He told me some crazy story about some ghouls taking off on a rocket ship to the moon.
It's actually really good. The dialogue is very well delivered. It suits the game perfectly. And honestly, I would never have known that these NPCs were not there from the start. They really do gel with Goodsprings. And so, between these two gentlemen, they send you off to do a lot of, well, fairly menial tasks. But don't get me wrong, it's not actually boring. I mean, they start you off by clearing up the schoolhouse, and that's probably the most menial of the tasks. You run around picking up chairs, pieces of wood, and so on. And you completely clear the schoolhouse so it's no longer this horrible mess. You then have to find some water and a mop bucket and clean the floor. And once you've done that, you are then sent off on another quest to find components to make some type of plaster. This plaster you're going to use to board up the windows and make the place look a little nicer on the inside. Now that part of the quest took me a little longer than it should have because it requires, amongst many things, a sledgehammer. And I had not realised that the mod author had added a sledgehammer somewhere around Goodsprings. I will not spoil it for you, but if you look around Goodsprings you will find the sledgehammer. However, I ended up scouring the entire desert for it, so that did take me a little longer. But at this point in the quest, you'll then have a place that is reasonably clean and looks sort of like it's shaping up to be your house, but it doesn't actually have any furniture. And then you get sent off to acquire some furniture. And this takes you a little further afield from Goodsprings. I mean, this is an excellent quest if you are a starting character, because it takes you to certain areas that might be quite tough, but that are playable. You'll be killing things like coyotes, geckos, and so on. And once you've done that, you will have furniture for your house, but you are still not done. Because of course, your house needs electricity, and yet again you will go out into the wasteland looking for certain items. And those items are going to take you a little further this time. I'm not going to tell you too much, but it will require you to get a lot further into the game. And so this means that this house actually progresses as you do. It gets better and better as the game goes on. And that is what makes this house so special to me. I put effort into it. I worked for this. It's more than just a place to store some stuff. This is a place I really feel connected to. It's quite hard to explain. It's really, really well done. Oh, and I did actually do a full Let's Play. I recorded myself doing this entire quest. It is a 3-part video series, and of course you are more than welcome to watch that if you want to see how it all, fits together. However, of course, that does contain spoilers. And in the latest version of the mod, he's actually added the option to repair the fence around the outside. Now, I've not actually done that yet, so I have to go off and play that part of the quest, and I'm really looking forward to it. All round, this mod is really well done. The house itself is great. It gives you everything you're going to need from a player home, and it's situated in Goodsprings, which is, it's a fairly good place. You feel fairly secure here, and obviously this is where you start, so I don't know, there's something a little, well, for most people, a little special about Goodsprings, unless of course you wiped out the population of Goodsprings, and then maybe you don't want to go back. But more than that, the entire mod gels with the game brilliantly. The NPCs, as I said, they really do fit the game. They feel like they've been there since the start. They could be part of the vanilla game, I'm telling you. The voice acting is great, the dialogue brilliant. The quest itself it works. It really does work, and it's so well done. From little things like when you're picking up all the junk to sweeping the floor and cleaning it, it just feels so polished that you really do forget that it's a mod. So if you're looking for a player home but you want to feel like you earned it, or you want it fairly early on but you don't want to feel like you're cheating, this mod is definitely, one you should try out. And even if you don't really need a player home, you just want to have a little bit of fun, do a little quest, this is actually a lot of fun. I really did enjoy it. Now, as I said, it's not going to have you running off killing uber boss NPCs and so on. It does involve quite a bit of scavenging, running around and looking for things, but for some reason it just didn't feel boring to me. I really found it a lot of fun. I was genuinely surprised by this mod. I honestly expected to just install it, try it out, maybe make a video on it, and then remove it from my load order. But I'm not actually going to. I'm going to be keeping it. This is my house from now on. Okay guys, that is about it for this video. I hope it was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. You are more than welcome to join me for the next episode of the New Vegas Mod Clinic, or whichever video you want to watch. And I look forward to seeing you there. And until then, as always, have fun.